Hi there. Now we're going to look at lesson 299. Eternal holiness abides in me. My holiness is far beyond my own ability to understand or know. This is why we have got to come to the place where we finally say, I don't need to know. I cannot possibly know, because what is eternal, what is infinite, is so beyond our own small mind's ability to comprehend. And we have to get comfortable with not knowing. We have all been trained, we have all been conditioned that we are rewarded for what we know, that we are seen as smart because of what we know. We measure IQ to show how smart we are. And we are being invited to accept that we just cannot possibly ever know. There's no way to know something that is so vast. And getting comfortable with that is very confronting to our ego, because our ego believes that we are smart, and if we can't figure it out, then it cannot be real. And for us to realize our holiness, we cannot possibly be able to understand it. It is way, way, way vaster than any one of us can comprehend. However, it is something that can be felt. And that's where the shift happens, is when you experience it. So let me read this again. My holiness is far beyond my own ability to understand or know. Yet God, my Father, who created it, acknowledges my holiness as His. Our will together understands it, and our will together knows that it is so. All we need to do is say, I don't know, but God knows. We hand it over, just as a child goes to the parent and asks questions. Daddy, mommy, how do I do this? How do I tie my shoelace? How do I put toast in the toaster? How do I work the microwave? How do I do this? How do I do that? Where does the air come from? Where did our puppy come from? Just as a child trusts that the parent knows, as adults, we have got to get comfortable with not knowing and trusting that our Father, Mother, God knows. Because from that space of trusting, we begin to open up to the potential of the unknown that our ego blocks us from receiving, because our ego forms a circle around us, and what we know is held inside of that. That's what we need to be right about. That's what we operate with. This is why you can't solve a problem with the same mind that created it, because the mind, the ego mind, only knows what it knows. It does not know what it doesn't know, and it's not open to what it doesn't know, because, again, if we open up to something that we do not know, we believe we were mistaken, we're wrong, we think of ourselves as stupid, we begin to make ourselves incompetent for not having known something. Again, all part of the educational conditioning system that the egos have created in this world. So getting comfortable with not knowing is entering the realm of God. So I invite you to recognize that your eternal holiness abides in you, but you cannot possibly know all that it can be. You just need to be willing to accept that your Father knows, our Mother knows, and all we want to do is will with God to feel it. Will with God that if God knows what it is, that's good enough for us. Paragraph 2. Father, my holiness is not of me. It is not mine to be destroyed by sin. It is not mine to suffer from attack. Illusions can obscure it, but cannot put out its radiance nor dim its light. It stands forever perfect and untouched. In it are all things healed, for they remain as you created them, and I can know my holiness, for holiness itself created me, and I can know my source, because it is your will that you be known. So I can know my holiness through my Father, but my mind will never understand the vastness of that holiness, the vastness of our perfection. As Marianne Williamson wrote in the book A Return to Love, our greatest fear is that we're powerful beyond measure. It is scary to believe that we have created the world that we're experiencing. We all believe that we create a limited amount of things, but to believe that we're powerful beyond measure and actually the entire world that we're experiencing is our creation, that's really something that our ego won't allow us to accept. So that's why allowing our holiness to come to us by our trust that God knows what it is makes this process a lot smoother. So align with God knowing and let God know for you, and then trust that God will let you know what you need to know when you say, God, what do I need to know in this moment? And begin the process of moving all the knowledge of the universe back to God within you so that you can access it as needed, not before, so that your IQ can be measured. You don't need to be in a contest for who knows holiness more than somebody else. That's what religion does. What we're opening ourselves up is to the vastness of the potential of our magnificence, our holiness, our divinity, our ability to access the power that creates everything is ours by simply aligning with our ability to receive it from God when it is appropriate for us to know it. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you in the next lesson.